So here's a perfect example of how scars heal on the back. And you don't see this all the time, such a great illustration in one patient, but this really shows. She's had liposuction in the past, so you can see here's a scar on her upper back, and that's obviously not a good scar. The scar in her mid back, it's not a great scar either. It's wide, it's got what we call cigarette paper. It's a little hyperpigmented, meaning it's a little dark. And as you come down, for example, this scar here, it's hard to see. Now I've got a little bit of marker on it, but it's hard to see. And then even a previous scar in this area, it's quite hard to see as well. But typically this is how scars will heal in the back, in that a scar in the upper back is worse than a scar in the mid back, which is worse than a scar in the low back. And the reason is for a couple of reasons. One, the dermis in the upper back is extremely thick. So the dermis in the upper back, her probably dermis is, well, probably that thick. Mine's probably even thicker. And that's the dermis, that's the layer that's below the skin. And so the dermis is very thick here, and you can really get some pretty aggressive scarring. As you're moving down to the mid back, the dermis is starting to thin out. And as you get down to the lower back, it's also pretty thin. The place that scars absolutely the best is like the upper eyelid. Probably not even that thick. The thickness of the dermis and the tension of the skin, this is in what we call a high tension area. This is a lot more tight. And so when you have a high tension area with thick dermis, you tend to get the worst scarring. So her scars will be better when we're done, because we're going to remove this. And then she's going to treat it properly with, starting at 3 weeks, with massage with silicone scar gel, and then wearing scar strips, and do that over the course of a year, and she'll end up with much better scars this time than she had last time.